Welcome to the show. Creative Universe Checkpoint Earth presents Union News, Student Stories. The real twin flame work happens on the inside and then it will guaranteed manifest outside. In this series of lives, I share about what that means for my union consciousness process to inspire you to find yours. It serves as the source for your almost daily twin flame news. Today on the show, we have student stories because isn't that what we want to hear? Where stories are just juicy and fantastic. And student stories means that we're going to hear what students actually experience when they go to their true twin flame to be with them in the romance of eternity. I almost want to say of a lifetime, but it's more than that. It's like that romance starts, and when you are in that consciousness state that I always talk about, harmonious twin flame union, it is the romance that continues to unfold forever after. That's the whole point of it. So you don't need to go back to where you came from. You don't need to go back to your anxiety, to your fear, to your mental health problems, to your emotional trauma, to your past life mistakes, to your karma, to not being with your twin flame, to being with your false twin flames, to be confused. All that is in the past forever after. That's the point. That is what you actually want out of the twin flame journey, because well, it is exactly the opposite of what so many people talk about that their experience is, and they don't want that anymore because they meet them and then they ran, and then they come back again and it seems nice, but they ran again, and they come back again and then they ran again. Like, can you imagine, can this madness ever stop? Or they have another, or they live on the other side of the world, they have another, I don't know, like religion or something. They don't communicate anymore. So, what is the opposite of that problem? Not just that you have a good experience with them, but that you have a good experience with them that continues forever after. You don't go back to that day, that time, that place in your mind, body, spirit where you felt bad, sad, alone, abandoned, whatever it is, not good and perfect. You'd never go back there. That's what you want. Never go back there. Well, you'll still be a human, for sure. And the peace you experience in that consciousness state of harmonious twin flame union will continue to expand and expand and expand. So you continue for a long time to find corners of your consciousness that can still become more peaceful, and then you incorporate them in that growing peace, but you don't go back to that place where you felt bad. And that is really what it's all about. And yes, I mean, I can only say that my students do experience that. So that's good news. And they have experienced that for the last 5 years approximately, that I really saw this student success. After some decades that I got to the place where I could create it, could create the whole of the thing for you. And what we also see is that students are much quicker than I ever was. I needed a couple decades to figure it all out for you and become a teacher of it for you. But my students, they seem to be able, because that's what was manifest in front of my own eyes, to do it in months, maybe some years. Well, that's very different than what I did. So something very magical, like almost unbelievable, actually, has happened to this place in consciousness where we gather, this place on the internet where we gather, this place that is the school that we gather. When you step into the school, invest into the school, become a student. When you do that, apparently something has taken place right now in God's consciousness, in God's place, in the here and now between you and me, in this intimacy between us that makes it so that there is an incredible augmentation of that power to go to your harmonious twin flame union with your true twin flame. I am flabbergasted by it. Like that God gave me the possibility for you to be that augmentation power, that true miracle machine through which you can do it much better than I ever did for myself. You see, like this exponential results that I create for students. I mean, I am blown away by it. Blown away. I never thought I would reach that. I never thought that was even a thing. I never thought that was possible. But here's the thing, I also don't do it. It's Divine Mother that does through me. And that's what the school is in the most clear sense of it all. That's what the school is. You invite Divine Mother to do for you, and your twin flame will be shown to you. The true twin flame, your harmonious union consciousness state will be given you through me to you. But it's through me, it's not me. Well, we need me. You need me. You need to respect me because otherwise it can't take place from human to human. But then it's also through me because I don't do it. It's Divine Mother that does something through me to you. And that all takes place in one moment at the same time. That's what you're here for. That's our relationship here. And Divine Mother has given me that as a present. Like I didn't even know that that was really all going to happen to me. The only thing I did was have my divine desires of my union in my heart, and I kept on surrendering that and stepping forward in that and saying yes to that. And then Divine Mother created this whole place where we are now meeting, through which she can change your life to be with your twin flame in harmonious union, that consciousness state that you really want, because otherwise you don't really have anything. And you certainly don't have what you're actually coming for, because you don't have the joy and the ease and the certainty and the divine space. And that's what you want with your true twin flame. You want them to stay. You want them to be happy. You want it to be peaceful. You want it to be true. You want it to be abundant. You want it to open the doors to your mission so that that soul money can come to you. You want to build with your true twin flame so that it is in ease and in love and in divine connection. That is only possible with your true twin flame. It is only possible with your true mission. It's only possible inside the consciousness state of harmonious twin flame union. It's only possible with Divine Mother, and it's only possible when you join a school. You see, there's also this other like big misunderstanding. Like, I mean, I think I'm just an incredibly generous giver. And I give you the opportunity to connect here with me so that you come into the school so that we can make it come true for you. For as soon as for you it is possible to make it all come true. And it will be very precisely, uniquely fit for you how it is delivered to you. But here's the thing, people think that they don't need that. But that's a real problem, because you're just saying that. To me, what I feel then is that you're just saying that you don't want it. And why am I standing here then? Like, why is Divine Mother giving you this then? Divine Mother is like standing here with all these presents in her hands and she wants to give them to you. And you're like, nah, no, I don't need coaching. I don't need a teacher. Well, I'm sorry, but you do. And not because you're stupid, because you're absolutely not stupid, but because everybody does. It's normal. This is the whole thing. I pass on the consciousness state from harmonious union to you when it is your time. I guide you to go there quickly and to stay there. I have never seen it work that someone does that alone. And I also don't pass on the consciousness state of harmonious twin flame union outside of the official school. So, student stories, they're all stories of enormous success, profound healing, finding their true twin flame that often gravitates to the place of this school here because you did and you choose the same. That's why you're twin flames. Some people will meet their twin flame in the school. I've seen this multiple times. I was flabbergasted about this revelation that this was so, but it's also deeply logic because you gravitate to that place in consciousness, and they too. You're twin flames. You gravitate to the same place. You're twin flame. That's what twin flames do. This is one of the two places in the entire universe where you can get your true twin flame in the consciousness state of harmonious twin flame union. So either you and your twin flame gravitate here or they gravitate to that other place, but that's it. And I would be happy for you to come here and do that. But for some, their twin flame does not gravitate literally here, but you will still meet them in your own physical environment or whatnot. Or you might already be with them. These are also possibilities. And we've also seen that with students. But I was flabbergasted by the fact that sometimes that's not so. Sometimes they just come to the school too. And to see the logic of that, and the tremendous success of that in itself, like the school is a success. So that's why these things happen. It's a divine success story in itself. So I think that's why students have nothing but success. They all, when they come here, they like are on the highway towards their harmonious twin flame union often. And they run and there they go, and their twin flame runs to us as well. And it's just amazing to see. And then like my whole school, how do you say that? My school curriculum is like almost like an afterthought or an extra because everything happens for you so incredibly in a detailed way, exactly for what you need. But there is a thing, and that is you should not walk away because then you make it all undone. All the progress that you made as a student in the school. Yeah. True. But let's continue with the program because maybe, we'll get some other moments to talk more about all of this and maybe some examples and stuff. But maybe we also have some beautiful, consciousness wisdoms and whatnot. And they might be good input too for our topic of today, student stories. But first, let me for a moment explain why we have the possibility to become a paid Patreon member on this and all live shows. You can listen to it and enjoy, and that is fine. But if you want the content of these shows to spiritually work healing on your union, you invest in the messages. That's how you support your union healing. Money unlocks it. The twin flame union consciousness wisdom of the day is: being a student of union is a blessing that forms you through correcting your errors. It is an attitude that never needs to cease. Being a student of union is a blessing that forms you through correcting your errors. It is an attitude that never needs to cease. Well, that's nice because that brings a whole bunch of, indeed, like, necessary and very important elements together there, because it is a blessing to be a student of union. I'm a student of union, and it is a blessing that is in my life that continually gives me and gives me and gives me. It is such a blessing because it has healed me from anxiety, from my physical ailments. It has healed me from my illusions, from my emotional pain, from my childhood trauma. Completely. 100%. And it has given me my true twin flame. It has given me that I am loved by him, and that love is eternal. It has given me that I am supported by Divine Mother, concrete and complete and never ending. It is such a blessing. It is a blessing that forms you through correcting your errors. That is true. Recently I was thinking, I was actually having some notes about that here. Maybe I can see where they are. Here they are. That it is so funny that for me, very many things that people talk about twin flames, about, well, they closed off the communication, they ran away, they have another. I feel so bad about that. Isn't that bad? Oh, so bad, 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 bad. Oh, so bad. But I turn everything around. And that is part of the actual twin flame inner work that you, well, sorry to say, ought to do. That, because that is loving your twin flame. Complaining is not loving your twin flame. I turn everything around. And this is what I made a note about, I hope that my twin flame upsets me again real soon, because of the immense healing power that comes from it for me. The true twin flame inner work helps you to feel better because your twin flame upsets you, and then that makes you feel better. Not that the upset makes you feel better, but that the upset is the reason you do the twin flame inner work, and then that makes you feel much better than you ever were before that upset even presented itself to you. That upset is just here to show you that it already was in your unconscious mind, and now it shows itself so that you can deal with it and feel better forever after, that you never felt before, because that upset was still in your unconscious before. I hope my twin flame upsets me real soon again, because of the immense healing power that comes with it. For me, I want to feel better. So I see things very differently than you. Also, I am in my divine mind in heaven, and I'm in harmonious twin flame union, and that is all very different than where you are. I just say that because it's a fact, not to brag or anything. And I'm here to give you a hand to help you to reach it too. And as I said, my students seem to be able to, maybe not in every case, it is individual, but to do it much quicker than I did. So don't be afraid. I'm for that. I'm for you. I'm not against you. But another thing that's like I feel very different about these things is like I love how my true twin flame shows me what I need to do in my inner world to feel better. I love that. I don't hate that at all. So that is a very different attitude. And it means that I'm happy that my errors are being corrected. I have errors in myself. I just have wrong thoughts about what God is and what the twin flame is and what love is. And they're just, millimeter by millimeter, they're just scraped off of the inside of me. All these mistakes. And I'm just falling back into this divine love. Oh my gosh, so good. But, this blessing and this goodness comes forward because I accept the correction of errors. That's what my twin flame does to me. He upsets me because I live in error. I apparently am erroneous about something. And the fact that he upsets me is giving me the sign that that is so. I'm like, oh gosh. Well, here's a new thing that I can clean of my soul. Let's do it. And I feel only better because of it. I feel better because of allowing my twin flame, which means God, to correct my errors. Being a student of union is a blessing that forms you through correcting your errors. It is an attitude that never needs to cease. Being a student of union is an attitude that never needs to cease. Yeah, this is once you've got the right attitude, like I present to you, and you probably need a couple of years to do the twin flame inner work in the correct way under guidance before you step in the genuine attitude that I presented you with right now. And that's okay. I needed a couple years to completely sink into that attitude. And then you are a student of union with the right attitude, and that never needs to cease. And it just refines itself over another 3 years or so. And then you start to really get it. And that never needs to cease. So when you become a student of union, that's when your twin flame union starts to work for you. And that's how you keep it, because you like it. So let's go to the ACIM lesson of the day. Maybe that adds something. Lesson 302. Where darkness was, I look upon the light. Father, our eyes are opening at last. Your holy world awaits us, as our sight is finally restored and we can see. We thought we suffered, but we had forgotten the Son whom you created. Now we see that darkness is our own imagining, and light is there for us to look upon. Christ's vision changes darkness into light, for fear must disappear when love has come. Let me forgive your holy world today, that I may look upon its holiness and understand it but reflects my own. Our love awaits us as we go to him and walks beside us, showing us the way. He fails in nothing. He the end we seek, and he the means by which we go to him. Where darkness was, I look upon the light. Well, the link to the complete lesson, as always, is in Patreon. I post the show notes after the show in Patreon. When you become a Patreon member, in the second tier, you get every month the opportunity to get one of my services for extra cheap. But in general, when you become a member on Patreon for the live shows, you start to add what we talk about here to your union healing. And I want that for you. So I think that's a very good reason to join. And if you want me to talk about something, you can certainly let me know that there, and I will talk about that in a new future show. Where darkness was, I look upon the light. I think that's beautiful. I feel that that is really what we have been talking about. The whole school is for you to step into the inner work and really take that seriously. And you just allow yourself to sink into that. And also logically train yourself to do the steps. You need to, because in the end, your twin flame will stand next to you, want to be with you. You'll be in the consciousness state of harmonious twin flame union and be with them. You'll start to build with them the relationship with them, the mission with them. And you'll need to have the work you need to do continually, then still trained into your habits so that you can keep on move forward with them right next to you the way it was meant to be for you. So that every time some darkness comes up, you know that you're going to do the inner work and that you actually invite light there. Where darkness was, I look upon the light. Because you know that everywhere where this darkness and these undesirable things turn up in your union life, you see it wrong. There is an error. You need to do the twin flame inner work, and then you will see light. And the darkness that you seem to be seeing now is actually just the past, even though you think you experience it now. It's actually the past. You only see the past. That's in ACIM too, A Course in Miracles. That's actually one of the lessons that it all starts with. Where darkness was, I look upon the light. He fails in nothing. He the end we seek, and he the means by which we go to him. And he is God, and under God is your union. You have the creative power of God moving through your union. In the end, your union will be the end you seek and the means by which we go to union. Union with God. And because it is God that created you in your union as a union, your twin flame will walk next to you in that. Right next to you, intimately next to you, almost immediately. Because that is the design of life. And here's the thing, I've seen that all the time with my students. Like, they come to the school and they have hesitated like a couple of weeks to come into the school. They're like, yeah, maybe I want to come to Petra, but maybe not. Let's attend a webinar and let's sink into this attitude that I'm feeling here and this atmosphere that I'm getting to know for another 2 weeks. And let's go to another webinar. And people don't understand that their soul is actually already, you know, ready to go to run into my school. And you just need to say yes for your soul. Because often this is what I literally see student stories. Their twin flame, your twin flame, might already also be on the way towards my school. Maybe they come in through Facebook, and maybe you're only coming in through YouTube and email. So you haven't connected yet, but actually, you're both circling me. And this can very well happen. And you think, like, oh, well, Petra, what is nonsense is that? I already know my twin flame. They're 2 streets away, and I just want to be with them. Stop with your stories. I just want to have a good date with this person 2 streets away, and then we'll just be together afterwards. Can't you just like magic that all together for me? Come on, in one session, please. And that's okay. For some people, that is true. For some people, it is that person 2 streets away. And then still, because you enter the school, the core of you enters the school, the core of your union enters the school. So in a sense, it still has a feel of that. The you is also part of the union, just like theirs. And the core of your union is actually the one that comes to my school. So that even gives another perspective of the success of how it works. But yeah, it happens a lot that one of you is like, oh, shall I enter the school? And your twin flame is already coming to you. Like it happened freaking all the time. And you know what also happens? People are so slow in saying yes to become a student and come to my program. They say, like, oh, I want to be with my twin flame, but apparently you don't. You need to say yes to the program because you want to say yes to your twin flame, don't you? And only through that it can all fall together. We really have people that are like 1 millimeter, one mouse click away from their true twin flame. And then they're like, yeah, you know, I like you so much, but I don't know. I'm just going to go my way. Well, you're always allowed to go your way. You do you. But here's the deal. You came to me to be with your twin flame. They're one mouse click away. They're a millimeter away from you. You went so far into the right direction, and now you're just turning your back on your love of loves, on God, on your future in mission, on your abundance, and you're going off again. That is allowed, but that is not why you called me in. That is not why you paid me. So this is part of the story. Sometimes students they come real close to their true twin flame very fast, and because of the school. And some stories are about, oh, they came so close. And then they turned around and walked off, completely ignoring me as well, and their twin flame and divine mother. And how painful is that? Very deeply painful. Deeply painful. But, inside the school, there's always place to have contrition, to turn around and to come back, to say that you're truly sorry and to work that out and to go to your true twin flame. Because now you understand you need to say truly yes, like a penetrative yes, to really go to that other side where you are relaxing in the consciousness state of harmonious twin flame union. And that will still be very well possible also when you've said no before. I don't know. This is a bit funny. I thought I was going to maybe like talk about more student stories, but now different student stories seem to have like sort of collided into some sort of an example of different aspects of what happens. Like, well, these kinds of aspects, they happen a lot of times. Well, luckily, we also have 4 people that went to their complete harmonious twin flame union consciousness state and made it complete. Oh, and it was so beautiful, to start to understand as this consciousness state, when it comes in for you, through me, to you, from Divine Mother, as a gift to you. These are the most extraordinary moments between me and my twin flame students. And the special thing about them is that you can just feel it. You sense it in the heart, in the waves between us, in the energy between us, the frequency that is exchanged. And it is this moment of pure beauty in which you can feel that it is exactly this moment on which it is passed on. I can feel it on the second. It's beautiful. But it takes place in the heart. I have experienced that with students when we were inside a coaching call, and there it was, whoop, and they had it too. I started to talk about that seconds after and asked them if they received it indeed and if they felt it too. Yeah, they felt it too. And then I could really say, yes, indeed, this was it. This is it. This is the moment. This is what you have been waiting for. And now we know who your true twin flame is. And now we know that you truly arrived. You see, this is the attunement of the heart that belongs to it also. And now you need to keep it here. Keep on doing the twin flame inner work. Congratulations. This is beautiful. This is mind-blowingly amazing. And I hand them my paper in which they can read, like, congratulations and all the things that are about it. So beautiful. So beautiful. Yeah, so, so beautiful. These moments when I went through that with my students that really went to that place of the true harmonious twin flame union, consciousness state coming in moment. Wow. Wow. There are no words for it. It is of such a bright light. It is of divine beauty. It is something that just it starts streaming and flowing and loving and light and shining, and I don't know what kind of words you can collect together for it. It is so beautiful. Yeah, so beautiful. Yeah, and it will happen for everyone. And then you have like the foundation to be with your true twin flame. And things will just be possible there, like building the relationship, building the family, building the mission, and building the mission business that supports that mission. And that all starts there. Now, we also experience with some people that it is pretty difficult then still to start these building steps because it's like a new attunement there. It's like a new way of doing things there. It's not like you did it before. It's not the same as what you before thought in society, in how you grew up, that it all was. It is different. This building stuff is different inside the consciousness state of harmonious twin flame union. And that's also where people sometimes find it difficult again. And then they struggle and some fall. But also that is able to become undone and repaired. That's why we have a school, because you can continually fall and stand up again when you remain being a union student. Yeah, and a humble one, because that's the only way we can truly incorporate all these soul lessons that come our way, that cleanse our soul, that make the love with our true twin flame even more and more complete, and that make the divine ecstasy you experience more profound. Let's see, where were we? We also have a segment of one of my own books, of course, in this show. And it is from the book Twin Flames Manifesting Your Abundant Life of Love, from a page in which we are in the book, in like the chapter in that book, because it's like a book. Twin Flames Manifesting Your Abundant Life of Love is a book in which there are like 3 books combined, right? That's really the special thing about it. And you can buy it as a paper book. And these books that are inside of it, you can also buy them as separate ebooks. They do exist too. But I would say buy the paper book with everything in one. That is just really cool. And we're here in the book that really explains something about the 9-point energy system that I invented with Divine Mother to energetically support the central key tool for Twin Flame inner work. And I opened the book as if it was a oracle. And we got to the symbol of the energy point of number 6. And it is a circle in a triangle. Triangle, circle inside of it. And that symbol for number 6, and it is here in the body, is for communication. Let's read. 6, circle in triangle, stands for, among others, sustaining the communication that comes natural in relationships. The pure white background of energy of communication done from integrity. Building structures that are supportive of source creativity. Communication in all forms. Coaching with the understanding of creative processes and holistic entrepreneurship. The light coming through this entrance of conscious creativity brings, when received, a clearing of your speech and actions and all other forms of communications, verbal or nonverbal. It opens you to more attuned forms of expression, to source energy, including your individual attunement. It casts out untruthful words and actions, which also from here can be actively removed by certain truthful energy communications. Daily life topic examples: communication, building structures, ordering your life and work, creativity, co creation, collaboration, leadership. You can be over or underdeveloped in this matter. Right, that was it for now. You know, the special thing is, I speak about 9 energy points in yourself, and this is number 6. They go from under your feet, 1, up to above your head, 9. So 6 is around your throat, and a piece of your face, and a piece of the space in front of you where you speak into. And you know what it is? You know, I have talked about this before, but we have 9 energy points, and we can change the order of these numbers, and then we get source magic code 128493756. So I have changed the order of the numbers 1 through 9. And now we have this other number, other order of the numbers. And that is when you want to have exponential healing power. And the point of that one is that it culminates in 6. This is 6, the culmination point of your spiritual healing power exponentially growing inside of you. The culmination point is communication. It all ends in communication. Communication between you and your twin flame, the highest form of communication there exists in this world, and between your union and the divine. the highest form of communication there exists between you and God, or from God's point of view. Yeah. So this is where it all leads to. If you become a union student, this is where it leads to. You will become this being that is in complete communication with their true twin flame all the time, directly under God, in full communication from their core of their union with God all the time. And you will become balanced inside of that, but not because you know how to balance that, because you don't, but just only because God balances you out through the union relationship. And that is the purification process for your soul, so that you come into your highest communication capacity. And the beautiful thing is that that means that you're expressing yourself. And that means that you actually already stand in your twin flame mission, the purpose of being together with your twin flame in union, twin flame mission. You stand inside of that because you communicate. And everything inside yourself, who you are inside your union, is meant for communication. And that means that everything is meant for mission. And that means that everything is meant for you to let your abundance flow, because that's what mission does. Who doesn't want to be abundant? Who doesn't want to be healthy, wealthy, abundant? Resources, love, food, support, people, soul, money, feeling safe, feeling supported, feeling loved, being loving, being supportive, contributing. What a power, what a gift. That is the ultimate point where you will go as union student. The only thing you need to do is say yes. And don't stop, and just keep on going and become this union student for life. Yeah. Let's get an oracle card. Let's see what the union and mission oracle today wants to tell us in this whole story of today, that wants to be helpful for your union process. Well, here it is, a card. A 3.1, and we see this egg here buzzing, like a buzzing egg, as if it's going to hatch something. But what is it? Right? Well, as a union student, that's how you feel. You just start to understand that is really true. This promise of divine love is really true. That's the whole point of being a union student and stepping into the program with me, that you acknowledge yourself, that it is true, and it is true. So, and it will be made come true in your unique case. And you start to feel as if you're that egg, like, ooh, what will come out of it? And I will start to see you as that egg, like, ooh, I'm so curious what will come out of you, like, what will come out of this person? Oh, will there be this little chick that is so fluffy? Will there be a lot of light that is so shiny? Will there be so much? I don't know. We're gonna see. We're just gonna see what comes out of you. And that's always so nice, because we don't really know. Both of us are just learning what comes out of you step by step. And it's like being born out of in the egg. And before you're born out of the egg, before the egg is cracked, you just see like this egg vibrating. It's like the vibrating egg. And that's what this card sort of shows. And the text is taking ideas out of the mental field. Well, here's the thing. You are actually, in the words of ACIM, you are a thought in the divine mind. And your union's existence is a thought in the divine mind. God has created you, and you're still that. You never were anything else than that. And you can rely on that. That is still the case. And that is the egg. And now we're going to see how that egg is going to be hatched and what crawls out of it. Who is the true twin flame? What is the true mission? How can you make the first steps in that? And we're just going to find it out together. And that's like the exciting part of being together in the school, working together on your union. It's really beautiful and exciting. And it's just like, wow, what's going to come out here? But it's not exciting in the sense that it's like, ooh, it's over the top and it's fearful. No, no, it's very peaceful. But it's like this process of, ooh, what will come out? What will magically be shown the next step? And that has this some sort of a revealing power. It's like these miracles unfolding of revealing, reveal after reveal of what's really going on and what the value of it is all underneath it all. And I mean, it has some sort of a magical quality to it, right? That's what I'm trying to refer to. So let's see if we can get the book. Here it is with the explanations of the cards. And let's see what it says. Pregnant of meaning. The reality is pregnant of a new reality, the one you desire, that you dream of and for which you are born. Heaven is true, however, often not yet visible in your current life because your perception is not fully attuned to this frequency yet. It may be hard to believe that perception is the only difference. It may be a fundamental change regarding how you think about yourself and the world to learn that reality is so fundamentally up for change when your inner state of being changes. The entire reality you witness, including your own body, is the result of invisible inner decisions and directions. These directions in you can become more and more attuned to heavenly frequencies. This eventually will give you heaven as the outer world. Feel how much reality is pregnant of meaning, energy, and other soul qualities. Be assured that this is correct. The world is an egg that needs to be hatched by inner warmth. Learning to feel at home in a lifestyle in which your inner world is warmed as much as possible is therefore very advisable. Of course, this comprises of, among others, being kind and gentle with yourself in all circumstances. This does not mean that you do not carry illusions anymore. This path makes illusion disappear after you have seen them. You are the artist of life with a union that can be made come true. Hatching your egg means to assist transforming the world to a heaven by becoming conscious of your union among other unions and taking on your life as creator. You are aware of the possibilities of inner growth in the invisible. You see yourself and the world as a product thereof. You are created to work with these two sides of the same coin to optimize them so they vibrate on a frequency of heaven and your unique union that is relevant in it. It will all be born when you become a union student, you come in the school that is the fit environment for it. This egg will be hatched. This egg that you are will be hatched. And it is going to be so beautiful. And you will experience like the correct amount of self-love within the correct soul devoted atmosphere. It's not going to be egotistical. It's not going to be personality based, but it will still be uniquely you and lovely and loving. And you'll now be able to love other people and the world. Whereas before, you now understand and see that you couldn't. There are these people that think like, well, loving yourself, that sounds egotistical. We shouldn't do that. But I have a whole school and a program for you to start loving yourself in all directions and in all the inner spaces that you need for union, twin flame union, to become an absolute success for you. I have a whole school for that. With 24 daily life topics, with workbooks and theory, and almost every week a Zoom meeting with a group to close your eyes and feel the heart and go deeper together with whatever is uniquely going on for you that you have voiced and talked about for all of us to hear and understand and go deeper with. And this time when I open the door and you step into the program Twin Flame Abundance Now, upcoming Saturday, November 1st, you will even be able to step into a coach's education for 0 extra charge. So you can become a coach of twin flames too, soon enough, so you can make your own money. Yeah, and have your mission, too. All of that about, well, essentially loving yourself. It is all about loving yourself. Like, can you imagine all this effort? Like, I put inside the school program, I put decades of work inside of it, and it's all about, well, it's just about loving yourself. Can you believe? It's actually very funny, right? Like, how difficult can it be? But there's a lot to say about it. There's a lot to train yourself into. There's a lot to allow in that we're not doing yet. There's a lot of avenues that you can allow love in. And only when you've allowed it in yourself, you become a person that has a foundation to start to share it. Many people think, yeah, well, we don't need to do all that stuff. We don't need to receive anything. We don't need to buy programs about that. We don't need to love ourselves because that's bad. But we just should nevertheless give to other people. Well, how are you doing that then? Where does that come from? When your cup is not full, it does not run over. So I'm not sure where you're taking that. It doesn't work. That's what that means. It's not real. That's what that means. So yeah, come and fill your cup. Yeah, beautiful. And then you can share, because it will become shared, because automatically your cup runneth over. Yeah, and that's how it's done. That's Twin Flame Mission. For sure. Come join. It'll be beautiful. The inner beauty that will make you silent. And that is the foundational ground of every word uttered out of love. I choose now to explore the most complete depths of my being. I surrender my mind completely to God, that He may bring it into perfect harmony with His. I invite God now into my very core, that He may make it right, returning it perfectly to its state of eternal wholeness. I trust in the power of divine love. I choose to see the truth that it is universally accepted by all. At the core of every child of God, including me, we're all one with our twin flames and God. It is safe for me to open completely to love now. My love, love is not elusive unless you command it so. But don't worry, you could not choose against love itself because you are love itself, manifest as you, eternally. If you command it to leave, love does not leave because it cannot possibly leave, but you leave love by the power of your command. And by that same power, you can command yourself to return to love, and it is so, revealing to you that love never left. It is safe to let go. It is safe to relax into love's eternal presence. Love is calling you home, and I'll be there waiting. I have always been here with you, and I always will be. Your next step. Don't forget to actually start the process and jump on the team. Actively come to our community, start doing the correct inner work, and ask the support you deserve through our services so that we can start a relationship that will lead you to harmonious twin flame union and beyond. When you're not in a relationship, you're not on the team, and you can't expect the results I am speaking of and, in fact, guaranteeing. Currently, we are going towards the opening of the door once more to Twin Flame Year Group Course Twin Flame Abundance Now, a new version, especially for those that want to become a union coach and make their own money. I'm looking for 6 people to step into this abundant opportunity, and the doors opens upcoming Saturday, November the 1st, creativeuniverse.earth/abundance now launch. Until that time is still available for some fun prefaces for you to enjoy. The show notes. You can, however, support this ongoing live Twin Flame News as such, make it possible as co-creator. Without your participation and financial gifts, I cannot do anything because we need to have an energetic and verbal visual exchange for things to make sense and to know what I need to talk about for you. And also, we're on Earth, and that necessarily always works with money as a means to make sacred content actually physically flow. Therefore, I post the show notes in Patreon. Come over and enjoy. Have influence on the broadcasts? Don't miss out on the behind the scenes experience on patreon.com/PEJ at Creative Universe or the link in the description box below or the pinned comment. October's Patreon subscriber action still some days. The Master's reading wants to be taken up by you at this time, a very special service by the Christ Masters of this new Twin Flame times. I'll be able to grant you a piece of invaluable inner work advice for your journey. Info is at creativeuniverse.earth/reading. Normal price is €88. Special October Patreon price is €44. Please let me personally know and I'll give you a pay link. I am Petra, in the consciousness state of harmonious twin flame union since March 2020, worked with the new Christ Masters on Earth right now to roll this consciousness state out so everyone can enjoy the abundant life with their true twin flame soon enough. After going in with me right here, don't search any further. You reached what you were looking for. Om, Amen.